Okay, so good morning, all of you. So, just we revise the points what we discussed in the previous session quickly, and then we will proceed further. So, in the previous session, the first point it was the force on current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field. As we discussed that, when we consider that the uniform magnetic field having a flux density of B Weber per meter square, and we are assuming a one conductor and the current is flowing through that conductor in this direction. The length of the conductor is of L meter, and this conductor has taken an angle theta to the magnetic lines of forces there. Experimentally, it is observed that when the current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, the conductor will experience a force. Is it right? And the magnitude of this force, it can be calculated by the formula F is equal to BIL sine theta, where B is the flux density, I is the current flowing to the conductor, L is the effective length of the conductor, and the theta is the angle between the conductor and the magnetic field. In the special cases, we discussed that when the conductor is parallel to the magnetic lines of force, it will experience a no force. But when the conductor is right angle to that magnetic lines of force, it will experience the maximum force is there. So this is about the magnitude of the force. Then how to determine the direction? The direction can be determined by using the Fleming's left hand rule. Now, what is that Fleming's left hand rule? See the diagram and read the statement. Stretched out first finger, second finger, and the thumb of a left hand so that they are perpendicular to one another. If the first finger points the direction of a magnetic field, north pole to south pole, and the second finger points the direction of a current flowing through the conductor, that time the thumb will point the direction of a motion or the force acting on that conductor here. Okay, so this is about the direction of the force acting on the current carrying conductor plus in the magnetic field is there. Then the second point, very important point, we discussed that the work law. And for that work law, we assume that n parallel conductors carrying a current in a one direction. And due to that n parallel conductors, the strong magnetic field is produced. If we consider that the one circular path, and on that path, if you consider that one point, if we assume that a n pole, unit n pole is placed at the point, so definitely the certain force is exerted on that point, and that force is a H, magnetic field strength. If this unit n pole take a one complete round around that circle, then some work will be done. And this work done, it is observed that it is equal to the product of number of conductors or the turns into the current. So that work done is equal to N into I. So this law in the magnetic circuit, we call it a work law, which is related to the work done in the magnetic circuit. And this is the formula, work done is equal to N into I. Now this work law is very helpful to determine the magnetic field strength H in terms of long straight conductor or in terms of solenoid. If you consider that the long straight conductor and carrying the current I, definitely the magnetic field is generated. And if we assume that a one point on that one concentric circle having a distance of r meter radius, when this point it takes one complete round, so definitely the certain force is exerted on it, and that force is a H. Theoretically, we can write that formula for the magnetic field strength, or the formula for the work done by this unit n pole, that is nothing but force into distance, which is nothing but H into 2 pi r. But according to the work law, this work done is always equal to N into I. So we can equate these two terms, and we got that the one formula, which is nothing but H is equal to Ni upon 2 pi r. And that unit is ampere turn per meter or simply ampere meter. This is about the long stretch conductor. Now, if you consider that the second application, that is nothing but the solenoid coil. This is the air core solenoid. When we assume the length of that solenoid is a L meter, if the current is flowing through that solenoid, definitely one end of the solenoid acts as a N terminal and other end will act as a S terminal, and that you can determine by using the right hand thumb rule. Once the polarity is decided, means that N pole and that S pole is decided, the magnetic field is always originated from N pole and terminated at S pole is there. Now, if I consider a one point in a one circular path of this solenoid coil, then as you know that practical thing about the solenoid coil, the magnetic field inside the solenoid is a strong or it's a uniform, but outside the solenoid practically it is considered as a zero. It means that when we consider that the circular path, but out of that one circular path, the work done only within the inside the solenoid coil, and the length of that inside the solenoid coil is a L. So the effective distance for the work done, it's inside the solenoid coil, and that is nothing but L. That's why theoretically we can calculate that the work done, which is equal to H into L. But what that work log gives that? The work log gives that this work done is nothing but N into I. Here N is the number of turns. So therefore, we have that another one formula for this work done in terms of solenoid, that is nothing but H is equal to Ni upon L. Is it right? So this is the second application of the work law is there. And now actually we are going to start the topic, and that is nothing but the magnetic circuit here. So now, can anyone try to define that the magnetic circuit similar to the DC circuit? How you define that the DC circuit? Do you remember? Can anyone try? What is the definition of DC circuit?
When this direct current flows through the circuit, then the circuit is known as DC circuit.
Okay, good, very good try. Really, I appreciate. So we define, if you try to remember that, then we define the DC circuit like that: the closed path followed by direct current. That is called as a DC circuit. आता त्या ठिकाणी डीसी सर्किट मध्ये करंट फ्लो होत होता. आता मॅग्नेटिक सर्किट मध्ये काय फ्लो होतोय?
Magnetic lines of force.
Magnetic lines of force, that we call it's a magnetic flux. So that the definition for the magnetic circuit similar to the DC circuit, we can define like that: closed path followed by magnetic flux is called a magnetic circuit. Just consider that the simple magnetic circuit, this one. Here we consider that a one iron ring. Have you observed that? This is a one iron ring and a coil which is uniformly wound on that iron ring here. So here we assume that iron ring having a cross-sectional area of a meter square. The length of that iron ring is of L meter. Then number of turns wound on that iron ring is a N turns. The radius of that iron ring is of R meter, and the current flowing through that coil which is wound on that iron ring is of I ampere. And we know that when the current is flowing through that coil, definitely the magnetic field is set up so that the magnetic flux is flowing through the coil, and this is the expected path of that magnetic flux inside the coil. Suppose we assume that the magnetic flux inside the coil is in a clockwise direction. This is the simple magnetic circuit. So what the terms we discuss, just consider Here I can write this is nothing but iron ring. Is it right? This one is nothing but coil. Now here we consider that the circular iron ring and the coil which is uniformly wound on that entire iron ring. So can I say that this is the solenoid, iron core solenoid? Yes or no? This is the iron core solenoid because that coil is entirely wound on that iron ring. So it acts as an iron core solenoid. Now when the current is flowing through that coil, definitely the magnetic field is set up, and we know that the expected path. So this is nothing but what? This is the expected path of a magnetic flux, because we know that the magnetic field inside the solenoid coil, it's a strong or it's a uniform, and outside we consider that it's a zero. So inside this iron ring, the magnetic flux is flowing. So I have shown that the path of a magnetic flux with a dotted line, and here we assume that the magnetic flux will set up in a clockwise direction. Get it my point? Now we have to derive that one important derivation. जसं की आपल्याला इलेक्ट्रिक सर्किट मध्ये एक इम्पॉर्टंट डेरिवेशन मिळालं होतं आणि त्याला म्हणलं गेलेलं आहे आपण ओहम्स लॉ. व्हॉट इज दॅट ओहम्स लॉ? V is equal to I into R. And these are the three basic terms. मग याला काय म्हणत होतो आपण? V ला we call it electromotive force. बरोबर आहे? This is nothing but current, and this R is nothing but the opposition to the flow of current. मग या इम्पॉर्टंट डेरिवेशन वरून हे these are the three basic fundamental terms in the DC circuit. And now we are also trying to derive the important derivation just like Ohm's law in that electric circuit. Now we are trying to derive the derivation in the magnetic circuit by the use of the simple magnetic circuit here. Okay, but before that, try to see the simple magnetic circuit and its terms which are used in that magnetic circuit here. The first term is the current flowing through the coil. It is in ampere. Second term is that area of cross section of that iron ring in the meter square. Then third one is the length of that iron ring. The length of a coil, I have not said that. आपण काय म्हणतोय? Length of that iron ring. आणि तीच length असणार आहे solenoid coil ची तुमची. Get it my point? It is in meter. N is the number of turns. Is it right? Then the phi is the magnetic flux, which is measured in a Weber. R is the radius of a circular path. This is the expected path of a magnetic flux. Okay. And then let me take that one new slide here. Or better way, I try to remove these things here. And now see that this is a magnetic circuit, and we are trying to derive the important derivation in between the basic parameters of that magnetic circuit is there. आता हे डेरिव्हेशन कसं डिराइव्ह करायचं? आता तुमच्या ही पहिल्यांदा बेसिक काय गोष्टी आपण कन्सिडर केलेल्या आहेत डेरिव्हेशन साठी हे लक्षात आलं असेल. मी अजून एकदा रिपीट करतोय. दिस सर्किट इट ऍक्ट्स लाईक अ सोलेनॉइड कॉइल. का सोलेनॉइड कॉइल म्हणतोय मी याला? Because that coil is entirely wound on that iron ring, so that it acts as a iron core solenoid. And I think you know that what is the formula for the magnetic field strength H in terms of iron core, in terms of solenoid coil. How you can calculate that magnetic field strength? What is the formula? Magnetic field strength. What is the formula? Right now we discuss that formula.
N upon 2 pi.
This is about the long straight conductor. Is it right? But in terms of solenoid, we can write that formula Ni upon L. Is it right? Yes or no? And its a unit
Yes.
is ampere per meter. Get it my point? This H, who will set up this H? The current. It means that the current will set up the magnetic field. It means that will set up that value of H. And now this H will decides the value of a flux density in a medium. म्हणजे बघा कोण कशावरती डिपेंड आहे. When the current will flow through that coil, the magnetic field is generated. It means that H will set. And this H, magnetic field strength, will set the flux density. And now we will try to calculate magnetic flux density. And it can be denoted by the letter B. And what is the formula for magnetic flux density? Which is equal to mu into H. आता कोण सांगेल का मला हा फॉर्म्युला आपण कुठे बघितला होता? हा फॉर्म्युला आपण बघितलाय. Already we have seen this formula. Can you remember these things?
Permeability.
Absolutely correct. So when we discuss that the concept of a permeability, that time we discussed that the permeability of a medium and the permeability of a medium which is equal to B upon H. And based on that, I have written the formula B is equal to mu into H. Is it that clear? Again, can I put the value of H in that equation? So I can write the B is equal to mu and the value of H is nothing but Ni upon L. Whenever you will have the doubt, please stop me there, because we are trying to derive that very important derivation in that magnetic circuit is there. So here we have put that value of H in the formula of a flux density. Another one thing is that, as we know that B is equal to, this mu is nothing but mu 0 mu r Ni upon L, and the support is, again we discussed that the formula when we discuss that the permeability concept, that is nothing but mu is equal to mu 0 into mu r. This is the support here. Okay. So this is the point. Now, according to definition of a flux density, according to definition of a flux density, do you remember that what is the formula of a flux density according to the definition? So the definition is flux per unit area at right angle to that magnetic flux is there. So now you should. So here I can write according to the
upon A.
Absolutely correct. According to the definition of a flux density, we can write the formula B is equal to phi upon A. So can I write phi is equal to B into A? And now here I can say that this is that equation number 1. So from equation number 1, I will try to put that value of flux density, which is nothing but mu 0 mu r Ni upon L. This is the value of a B according to equation number 1 into A is as it is. Get it my point? And then I can write, I just rearrange this equation and I can write Ni upon L upon mu 0 mu r A. Why I can write like that? Because I have just rearranged the equation in this way here. And now this equation, you just try to compare with our Ohm's law, I is equal to V divided by R. Now how you can compare that? Here in that electric circuit, electric and magnetic. In that electric circuit, what is the movable part? It's a current. Current is a moving. In the magnetic circuit, what is the movable part? It's a phi. Is it right? Now, see that what you call to that V is called as a electromotive force, EMF. and R is called as a opposition. Now you just compare with this circuit here. Now this pi is analogous to that I. Now in this equation, in terms of electric circuit, we call it a electromotive force. Numerator in this equation, we call it a electromotive force. Now in the equation of a phi, the numerator is Ni, which is called as a MMF, magnetomotive force. And now in that DC circuit equation, this denominator part, it is represented with R. We call it a opposition to the flow of current. Now here also in this equation, the denominator part, L upon mu 0 mu Ra, it is also the opposition to the flow of flux, and that is called as a reluctance. It is a R, and here I say that it's a resistance. In terms of electric circuit, we call it a resistance. In terms of magnetic circuit, we call it a reluctance. This is called as a reluctance. So can I say that for our understanding, we can say that this is nothing but the Ohm's law in the magnetic circuit. Means I can also write it like that. Flux in bracket phi, which is equal to MMF into bracket Ni upon opposing part, that is the denominator part, we call it a reluctance. And this reluctance, it can be denoted by the letter S, where S is equal to L upon mu 0 mu R A. Now you can compare. Yes, हा कशाशी analog आहे? R शी. Do you remember that? What is the formula for R? R is equal to rho L by A. म्हणजे बघा आता या ठिकाणी DC circuit मध्ये the resistance is directly proportional to the length. In the magnetic circuit also, the opposition means reluctance is directly proportional to the length. In the DC circuit, the resistance is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. In the magnetic circuit also, the reluctance is inversely proportional to that area of cross section. In the DC circuit, the resistance is depends upon the material, but here mu 0 mu R, it is also the medium constant. The reluctance is also depends upon that medium or the material, we say that. That's why I say that this formula, I call it's a basic formula. आता तिथं ओम्स लॉ म्हणत नाही, कारण असं कुठेही टेक्स्टबुक मध्ये दिलेलं नाही. मी फक्त आपल्या अंडरस्टँडिंग साठी ओम्स लॉ म्हणतोय. नाउ आय से दॅट दिस इज द बेसिक फॉर्म्युला in the magnetic circuit, which is nothing but phi is equal to, or the flux is equal to MMF upon reluctance. Get it my point? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now I just erase everything now, and now you please just make the title in the notebook, magnetic circuit, and try to draw this diagram. Once again, we will try to derive the same derivation, but you can now write along with me. So for that, in the notebook, please make the title magnetic circuit and draw the circuit diagram. Do it fast. Write me the message in the chat box once that your write-up will be over. Is it over? Okay. Now, along with me, please take a note of these things here. Number one, early steps. As you know that this is the solenoid coil. So in terms of solenoid coil, we will try to write magnetic field strength. So write down magnetic field strength. How it can be denoted? Which letter we can use? It's a H. So in terms of solenoid, H is equal to Ni upon L. Unit is ampere per meter. Then second point, we will calculate magnetic flux density. How you can denote it with this magnetic flux density? It's a B, and we have that formula. B is equal to mu into H. For that, you can give the support. Mu is equal to B upon H. It's a definition of a permeability. Then we will try to put that value of H. B is equal to mu in bracket. I say that, mu into Ni upon L. Again, I will try to put that value of mu, that is nothing but mu 0, mu r, Ni upon L. You can give the support, that is nothing but equation number 1, and the support is mu is equal to mu 0 into mu r according to the equation. Then according to definition, we can write B is equal to phi upon A. Therefore, phi is equal to B into A. Now, I can put the value of a B from that equation number 1, which is nothing but mu 0, mu r, Ni upon L into A. And then I rearrange that equation. Phi is equal to Ni upon L divided by mu 0, mu r, A. This is in one bracket. Okay. And just make the box for that formula. Okay. And then below that, you can write flux. Phi means what? It is a flux. Phi, which is equal to the numerator term. What it indicates? M, M, F. In bracket, you can write Ni divided by denominator term. What is this? This is the opposition to the flux. So I say that it can be says that it's a reluctance, and it is denoted by the letter S. And for that, you can give the support, or for that analogous terms, that is nothing but I is equal to V divided by R, which is equal to EMF divided by opposition. Is it over up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then on the, may I erase these things now? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then On the next line, you just make that number 1 mmf. In bracket, you can write it down, magnetomotive force. Magnetomotive force. Okay. Now, what is the formula for mmf? This is the numerator term, which is equal to Ni. बरोबर आहे? And its a unit is either you say that ampere turn or simply ampere. मग आता मला सांगा, हा फॉर्म्युला आपण याच्या अगोदर कुठं बघितला का? Ni, N into I. बघितला का? करेक्ट. इट्स अ वर्क लॉ. म्हणजे मॅग्नेटोमोटिव्ह फोर्स आणि वर्क लॉचा जर फॉर्म्युला सेम असेल तर डेफिनेटली तो कन्सेप्ट सुद्धा सेमच आहे. इट मीन्स दॅट द मॅग्नेटोमोटिव्ह फोर्स इज ऑल्सो रिलेटेड टू द वर्क डन. म्हणजे या ठिकाणी तुम्ही इथं लिहून ठेवा, द डेफिनेशन फॉर मॅग्नेटोमोटिव्ह फोर्स इज द सेम ॲज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ अ वर्क लॉ. म्हणजे जर मॅग्नेटोमोटिव्ह फोर्सची डेफिनेशन विचारली तर तुम्हाला कशाची डेफिनेशन लिहायची आहे? वर्क लॉची डेफिनेशन लिहायची. अँड दॅट वर्क लॉ डेफिनेशन इज ऑलरेडी हॅव द वर्क डन बाय ऑर ऑन दॅट युनिट एन पोल in a once complete round is called as the magnetomotive force. In this way you can note down this thing. Is it that clear? Yes or no? बोला बोला. Yes or no? लक्षात राहिलं का? तिथं लिहून ठेवलं का?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now the second point is, just make the title reluctance, and it is denoted by the letter S. आता ही टर्म इलेक्ट्रिक टर्म बरोबर कशाशी मॅच होते? हा, फास्ट रिस्पॉन्स.
Resistance.
इट्स अ रेजिस्टन्स. आता मला रेजिस्टन्सची डेफिनेशन कोण सांगू शकतं का बघा? मग आपण रिलक्टन्सची डेफिनेशन बनवूया.
Opposed to the flow.
डेफिनेशन तुमची हळूहळू रिड्यूस होत चालली. आता मला सांगा. हा,
Resistance is the property of substance which opposes to the flow of current.
ऍब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. व्हेरी गुड. म्हणजे रेजिस्टन्स इट्स अ प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ अ सबस्टन्स, इट्स अ प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ अ मटेरियल. Similarly, reluctance is also the property of a material. Is it right? So we can define like that. Reluctance, or it is defined as, or is the property of a material which will oppose the flow of. आता करंटच्या ऐवजी काय येईल तिथं?
Magnetic flux.
Absolutely correct. Which will oppose the flow of magnetic flux through it. सिंपल डेफिनेशन आहे. लिहा डेफिनेशन मी सांगतो. इट इज द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ अ मटेरियल, बेटर वे आय कॅन ऑल्सो राईट, इट इज द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ मटेरियल ऑब्लिक medium which opposes the magnetic flux through it. Simple. Is it right? And then, as we have that formula, S is equal to L divided by mu A. किंवा तुम्ही असंच लिहू शकता, L divided by mu म्हणजेच काय? mu 0 into mu R A. This is the formula for reluctance. Now we have to find out its unit. Okay, how to find out that unit? What is that our basic formula in the magnetic circuit? आता ज्यावेळेस असा फॉर्म्युला असा क्वेश्चन मी विचारेल त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला सांगता आलं पाहिजे our basic formula in the magnetic circuit, which is phi is equal to mmf upon reluctance. आणि आपल्याला युनिट काढायचंय रिलक्टन्सचा. इट कॅन बी डिनोटेड बाय एस. मग आता मी त्याच्यासाठी काय करतो, द रिलक्टन्स S is equal to mmf Ni upon flux phi. आता मला सांगा mmf चं युनिट काय?
Ampere.
Ampere turn. A for current, T for number of turns. फ्लक्स चं युनिट काय? फ्लक्स कशात मेजर केला
Weber.
जातो? It's a Weber. So that unit for reluctance is ampere turn per Weber, or simply ampere per Weber. Finish. Okay. And now we are going to solve the numerical on this same basic formula of a magnetic circuit. But before that, let me give that the first assignment question. Okay, is this part is over?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let me try to erase these things. Now note down somewhere assignment number 2. Assignment number 2, which is on magnetic circuit. Question number 1, definitions. In that, number 1, pole of the magnet. All definitions I want to take it here. Number 2, pole strength of the magnet. Number 3, pole strength, then we discuss that. Magnet, what is mean by that magnet? Number 4, magnetic region or field. Number 5, magnetic lines of force. Number 6, magnetic flux. Number 7, magnetic flux density. Number 8, magnetic field strength. आता यालाच magnetic flux density लाच काय म्हणतो आपण? Another one name, magnetic induction. And field strength ला magnetic field intensity. किंवा अजून एक नाव आहे त्याला मॅग्नेटिक फोर्स. हे वेगवेगळे नाव पण लक्षात राहणं गरजेचं आहे. Then 9, permeability. And in that we discussed that the 3 things. Is it right? And 3 definition. One is a mu 0, second is the permeability mu, and the third one is a mu r. Okay, then 10th term, magnetomotive force. Definition लिहिताना full form लिहा. 11 terms, रिलक्टन्स. ओके, मग आता मला वाटतं टोटल 11 डेफिनेशन झालेले आहेत बघा आतापर्यंत. जर एखादी काही राहिली असेल माझ्याकडून चुकून तर ते पण तुम्ही ऍड करा. ओके, तर याच्यामध्ये या सर्व डेफिनेशन्स लिहित असताना जर त्यांच्यासाठी काही सिम्बॉल्स यूज होत असतील, सिम्बॉल्स किंवा काही नोटेशन यूज होत असतील, जसं की फ्लक्सला फाय सिम्बॉल यूज होत आहे, मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड स्ट्रेंथला एच हे नोटेशन आहे, बरोबर आहे, नोटेशन ह्या गोष्टी येणं अपेक्षित आहे. दुसरी गोष्ट, जर त्याच्यासाठी जर काय फॉर्म्युला असेल, इक्वेशन असेल, ते येणं एक्सपेक्टेड आहे. तिसरी गोष्ट त्याचं युनिट, प्रत्येकाचं तर युनिट आणि सिम्बॉल आणि नोटेशन तर हे गरजेचंच आहे. फक्त जर फॉर्म्युला असेल तर लिहिणं अपेक्षित आहे. फक्त डेफिनेशन म्हणजे रिटर्न स्टेटमेंट, स्टेटमेंट नको आहे तिथं. मॅथमॅटिकल एक्सप्रेशन असेल, युनिट असेल, सिम्बॉल असेल, नोटेशन, एव्हरीथिंग रिलेटेड टू दिस थिंग्स. बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे की जसं की तुम्हाला माहिती आहे की μ0 याची एक कॉन्स्टंट व्हॅल्यू आहे. काय माहिती आहे कॉन्स्टंट व्हॅल्यू किती आहे बघा याची, 4 पाय इंटू 10⁻⁷ हेनरी पर मीटर. हे झालं युनिट, परंतु त्याची कॉन्स्टंट व्हॅल्यू 4 पाय -10⁻⁷. ह्या सर्व गोष्टी त्या डेफिनेशन मध्ये कव्हर होणं गरजेचं आहे. नाहीतर मी फक्त प्रश्न दिला डेफिनेशन म्हणलं की तुम्ही काय लिहिणार, फक्त त्याचं स्टेटमेंट. नो, इट्स नॉट लाईक दॅट. मग तुमची डेफिनेशन कशी आली पाहिजे बघा, त्याचा सिक्वेन्स कसा असला पाहिजे बघा. पहिल्यांदा आता एक एक्झाम्पल देतो. सपोज तुम्हाला डेफिनेशन लिहायचे, मॅग्नेटिक फ्लक्सची डेफिनेशन लिहायची आहे, बरोबर आहे. मग या ठिकाणी हे असं टायटल येणं गरजेचं आहे. त्याच्यानंतर त्याचं स्टेटमेंट हे लिहिणं पण गरजेचं आहे, त्याचं स्टेटमेंट इथं आलं पाहिजे. त्याच्यानंतर त्याचं युनिट हे लिहिणं गरजेचं आहे, त्याचं युनिट इथं आलं पाहिजे. त्याच्यानंतर जर त्याचा काय फॉर्म्युला वगैरे असेल तर तो फॉर्म्युला लिहिणं गरजेचं आहे. आणि जर काय त्याच्याशी रिलेटेड इम्पॉर्टंट थिंग असेल तर ती नोट मध्ये लिहिणं गरजेचं आहे. जसं की μ0 ची व्हॅल्यू आपण लिहितोय 4 पाय इंटू 10⁻⁷ कॉन्स्टंट व्हॅल्यू. म्हणजे या चारही टर्म्स इज द रिलेटेड टू द डेफिनेशन हियर. इज इट दॅट क्लिअर? दिस इज युअर फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. लक्षात राहिला? येस ऑर नो? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So today we stop here. Okay. I have noted that absent roll number. Let me read that the absent number.